So, first of all, congratulations if you have clicked in this video, which you obviously have, because you're not going to be wasting your time talking about irrelevant stuff. We're directly going to jump into the topic. And what we're going to discuss about today is how to be liked. How to be liked by your boss, your friends, your colleagues, how to be liked by women. Likability. Likability is the number one superpower anyone could carry. If you looked around yourself, you would have probably seen the the person who is friends with every single guy or girl in the class. And there are certain people when you talk to, you feel like you like them. It's a subconscious thought, but no one has no one has driven no one has deeply driven into the talk, driven into it is why it is happening. So I don't think I need to explain how important likability is. If if you want to if you want to do business with someone, you only do business with someone you like. If you want to be in a relationship with someone, you do relate you are going to be in a relationship with someone who you only like. If you are going to hang out with someone, you're going to hang out with people you only like. So, what is the fastest way to make someone like you? Within 5-10 minutes. That's the game we're going to be learning today. If you're watching this till now, leave a like, comment, subscribe, because we're going to be dropping gems today. So, we'll cut to the chase. So, likability. Okay. What does people? What do people like the most? Do they like food? Maybe. Do they like holidays? Do they like anything? Their career, all of that stuff. Okay. There are things, okay. But there are a bunch of things that people like, and the the least thing which they are interested is the least thing which they like to know is about you. Nobody gives a shit to you. Nobody cares. Nobody really. So if you notice this, if you notice this in any of the conversation you have had in the past, you would have noticed that the after the conversation ended, you would have felt that the other person was not into you. They did not like the conversation as much. This is the reason is you might have talked well, you might have had great body language, you might have the content might have been good, your articulation could have been good, but you missed one major thing in there, and that is you didn't talk about them. People love themselves. People love talking about themselves for hours and hours. What most people make mistake is talking about themselves, all their achievements, what they went through, what are the miseries going in their life, what are the achievements. Nobody gives a shit about who you are, what you do. Nobody gives a shit. But it's the opposite if you ask the other person. You go up to a person and instead of saying, "Hi, I'm XYZ. I do this job. I work in this company." It's not going to like you. They're not going to be interested in the conversation. What you got to do is ask them about themselves. You can ask them. anything. That's a really good dress. Where did you get it? Where do you work? I work in Microsoft. Oh, what 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 job do you do in Microsoft? What role do you do? And they talk blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that after an hour of yapping, they will uh, they will they will subconsciously like you because after the end of the conversation, they'll be like, "Yeah, thank you. It was really great. It was really great speaking to you." Of course, you know, because I got an hour of an hour time to yap about yourself. Everybody loves bragging about themselves. So you gotta dig into that. You have to dig into the personality, anything you can get. So this is basically all you do. This works especially well with women. Women are selfish. So when you go to a woman and talk about all about yourself, she will be super duper bored. What do you got? If you rather ask questions about herself, she would love to talk about herself. She would love to talk about her problems. She would love to talk about her life. She would love to talk about herself all day, every day. So we covered the first part of the likability, but it's not just always about asking. It is not ending. Asking is the step one. There is another follow-up step which you do not follow, it won't be as effective. The second step is to act like to act like you're listening, or you can be genuinely listening. If you if you're if you ask someone about themselves and you know make sure you make it clear that you're listening, of course they're gonna like it. Because they're gonna think, yeah, this guy thinks what I say matters. Of course they're gonna love it. Why not? So step one is to ask about themselves. Step two is to listen or pretend to be listening. Step three is to give lively replies. The reply is like, oh, okay, yeah, fine, okay, nice. These are dry ass replies. Once you once you say that, the other person is not going to feel like saying anything. You probably have experienced this in your life. You've said you've talked something, you've gapped something, and they were oh yeah, and you just don't want to keep on yapping, and you can see it in their face that they don't even want to be here. They don't want to listen to your shit. So your replies have to be lively. It should spark some sort of emotion. It should know at least don't make it as basic and dry as oh okay yeah fine. It's all these kind of stuff. So this is the framework you gotta follow. The three-step framework. First, you gotta ask about themselves. Second, you listen over this. And third, give lively replies. And when you do that, it's impossible for someone to not like it. And after a certain point, they will want to not talk to, they will want to get to know you because now they like you. And then you can do your yapping. So this, when mastered, can change your whole life. It can change your whole romantic life. It can change your corporate life. It can change everything. So after watching this video, I don't want you to go watch another YouTube video and forget everything that I said. So remember these three steps and practice it right now. Even if you're at home, practice it with your father or mother or someone, roommates, anybody. They would love to talk about themselves. Try it. Tell me in the comments if it works or not.